Hello, welcome. Oh yeah, look, we've got glaring lights there. Sorry about that. Turn those away a little bit. How is everybody? So I have tried a different system this week. I have tried getting myself organised first. So we'll see if that works out. I think we all know that's not going to work because I am just never that organised. So welcome to this afternoon's live chat. Where have we got to? It's the 24th of October. How can that have happened already? It feels like it was only 10 minutes ago. It was the summer. So you know what I'm doing. I'm pulling the chat up so I can see it more clearly. And then I can say hello to everyone. Or not, if my computer freezes. Try that again, shall we? I'm so sorry. I would love to be one of those super organised people. I'm not. I think we just know that by now. So there we go. Let me say hello to 22 people who are watching me make a bodge job of starting a live chat. So hello to DN, Black's Tropical Homestead, Lorraine, Caroline, Tony, Stephen, Chrissy, Anna, Hilary, Inga, Nicola, Lisa, another Anna. Hello, Anna. Catnip, Nicola. I think I'm there. I think I am there so far. And Stephen, just in case I haven't said hello to you yet. And Margaret and Jean. Oh, there's a whole load more people I've only just found. Hello. I am so disorganised. But I'll tell you what, this week I have a list of things I want to talk to you about. It's a short list. So it won't bore you with bits and pieces. Louise, Christian, Nancy and Missouri Girl. Hello. So let's start, as we always do, with a quick either moan, grumble, or rejoice about the weather. It is, let me see what my weather app says. Outside it is raining. It has been raining for days. But apparently it is 14 degrees warm, or at least down in the village it is. So up here it's probably about 12. It says light rain showers and a fresh breeze. It felt more than a fresh breeze this morning. It felt jolly blowy first thing. The rain was coming at me horizontally when I was doing the ducks, but it wasn't cold. So that was my little moan and yet quiet celebrations. And Dave is here, and David and Lee and Yellow Labrador. Hello. Rejoicing in Georgia. It's a beautiful morning. Hooray. Let's have a look. Overcast and 14 in northwest Turkey. No sign of frost yet. Yes, same here. No sign yet. Lee, what's the weather doing in Pennsylvania? There's heavy showers, quite mild in Ireland. Hello from northern Germany. Hello. Raining in Edinburgh. Chris is here from Midwest France. So, and hello from Seattle. So we've got people from all over again. Brilliant. We're unlikely to have many people from Australia because this is quite late in the evening in Australia. So I just say, not many from Australia. And then immediately Mary says hello from Australia. Hello. That's nice. Kind of proves my point, doesn't it? Oh dear. A McCrae family homestead is here. Hi Robin, how are you? Sunny in Northumberland. Look, we're getting a good exchange of weather here. You're going to have to excuse me. I haven't got a cold. I haven't got that thing. I've been rearranging furniture and it's incredibly dusty in here. So now I've got dusty nose. So excuse me for that. I just wanted to also say, while we're talking about the weather, while people are talking through weather stuff. I just want to say a quick thank you to my patrons. I hope you enjoyed the video I put up last week. I think I said on it that eventually that will get shared on YouTube. Just another quick reminder that what happens on Patreon stays on Patreon. So please don't share any of it on social media or discuss any of it with people who aren't patrons. Thank you very much. And today I'm celebrating because I think you probably know that Lorella from Plan B Orchard and Farm, and you'll see her name in blue with a little wrench by it. Lorella came to stay with me 3 weeks ago. She left about 2 weeks ago. That's not why I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating that she was here. But she made a whole series of videos, which she's releasing bit by bit. And today at 3 o'clock, at the end of my live chat, we're going over to her channel to watch the next video on that series. Margaret's saying, how do I become a patron? If you have a look on my channel homepage, you will see a link in the top right-hand corner. Alternatively, you go to patreon.com/Liz Zorab, and it will show you there how to become a patron. And my patron starts at, it says $2, but you can choose it to be $1. You can choose any amount you like per month. And for that, you get access to behind the scenes stuff, exclusive stuff, things that are patrons only stuff, and also some early release videos. So at 3 o'clock, we're heading over to Lorella's channel. Lorella, hooray, you've set it as a premiere. Could you add the link to that video? You should now be able to add links on this chat. Lorella is going to show you a part of Byther Farm that I haven't shared with you yet. So she's made a video. Has an exclusive to share with you, something very special here at Byther Farm. So I'm going to encourage everyone to go over and join that video and that short chat at the end of this live chat. So I've made Mr. J set an alarm so he can come down and say to me, we need to close this one up and head over to Lorella's, and we will put the link up there for you again at that time. But in the meantime, just to say, Lorella has a really lovely channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, it's Lorella, Plan B Orchard and Farm. I really recommend that you do subscribe to her channel. So Lorella, can you also just put up a link to your channel, please? And I will carry on sniffing dust for a second. Well, I'm not sniffing dust. I'm sniffing because of the dust. So let's have a look. So yes, as Tony said, if Lorella isn't on your sub list, have you been living under a rock? Her videos are absolutely superb. So English Viking has joined us. Hello, how are you? Long time no see. Really glad that you've joined us again. That's lovely, thank you. So here we go. Let's have a look. My glasses are steaming up. So we have had, joyfully, we've had some central heating put in here, and we haven't as yet quite got the hang of it, because I'm either too hot or too cold. So I haven't quite got the hang of getting the individual temperatures on the temperature on the individual radiators right, or the thermostat right, or the time of day. So we're still very much wandering around, half the time going, oh, it's like a sauna in here. The rest of the time I'm like, oh, it's really cold. But it will come. We will get used to it. And I'm very grateful that we've got it. So hopefully some of you, if not all of you, will have seen this week's video over on our second channel, Byther Farm 2. And if you're not subscribed to that channel yet, please do go and have a look. It's Quite a lot of the videos are going to be Mr. J presenting them rather than me, and they are really going to be all the things that aren't gardening. So there are things about the tools we're using, the renovations that we're doing to the house and to the outbuildings. What else have we got on there? Just the other stuff that isn't gardening. So there'll be some animal things on there, which animals we're choosing and why and that sort of thing. So this week I put up a video about the renovation of basically a fireplace in our living room. When we moved in, there was an enormous, I cannot stress how huge the fire was in there. The wood burning stove thing, it sort of dominated the room. And although in the video it doesn't seem to look that big, it actually sort of stuck out from the fireplace and it really did dominate the room. However, it wasn't safe to use. So I'm really pleased that we've now got that sorted out. I love this. Lorella, my phone says you're sending me a message. I'm really sure you're not sending me a message while I'm doing a live chat, because I know you're here. I love when phones are very slow in giving you messages. So yes, so over on that channel, I talked about the wood burning stove. There is a video to come to show you about why we've had a new heating system put in, and the whole process of taking an exceptionally huge, heavy Rayburn solid fuel cooker and stove and wood and central heating system out of the kitchen. Not done by us, done by the experts. So Shana's here. Hello, Shana. Rebecca's here. Hello. And Guten Jargning's here. Sunny. Let's see who else is here. And John was just saying, sorry, I haven't been around. I had a midlife crisis, and instead of buying a sports car, I've gone back to university. I think that's fantastic. What a great thing to do with your midlife crisis. What are you studying, John? Let's have a little group look. Oh, so Lorella says she's not sending a message to me. She's sending a message to, so there's a group of us who chat together on an incredibly regular basis. Well, daily, basically. So conversations come through every now and then. Right, where had I got to? So I said thank you to the patrons. I've talked to you about Patreon, and I also talked to you about some of the renovation videos. This is my little tiny list is disappearing very quickly, which is lovely. And then the other thing I wanted to do was just to ask you to every now and then check to make sure that you're still subscribed to this Zorab Byther Farm, because for some unknown reason, several people have said, no, not they've said for an unknown reason. I know the reason they've said it. They've said that for some unknown reason, they've been unsubscribed. And so it would be really useful if you wanted to have a look every now and then. And I have to do this with channels that I subscribe to, just to make sure that I am still subscribed every now and then. So let's see. I've just seen someone else has joined us, but age is getting its way with me nowadays, and I can't read without my glasses on. So Ecocentric Homestead's here, Daniel's here, hiya, and some very nice bits of chat. And Sal is here. Hi, Sal. It's saying it's sunny now here in Devon. Oh, maybe we'll have a bit of sun before the day is out. It has just been solid rain. And it's that wet rain. So. And Annie is here. Anna, thank you so much for your super chat. That's really kind of you. So any super chats today, I'm going to be putting towards buying yet more plants for my garden. So thank you very much. That's much appreciated. At Noah's House says, good morning. They're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's 48 degrees. I don't know what that is in C, but that's not terribly warm. I know that. And Andy's here at Spanish Homestead. So one of the things I was interesting is earlier on, I was chatting with Tony from Gardens and Gizmos, and he was saying he was making pumpkin pie, and it was his. I hope you don't mind me sharing this, Tony. He was saying it was his third attempt because the instructions that he had were from America, and they were for a standard oven, whereas we use a fan-assisted oven, which kind of changes how things cook. So I'd like to know, Tony, have you now had a successful pumpkin pie? We shall wait and see. I don't make pumpkin pies because there's only one person in his house who would eat them. And I could probably do without eating more pie. So Sunny's saying, and one of my dream trips is to the UK to meet Liz, Charles and Hugh. My family thinks I'm crazy. Yes, if you're coming to the UK, there's so many amazing gardens that you could go and see rather than meeting us. There are just some stunning gardens and farms that you could go and look around. So, so Daniel's saying, it seems to be that YouTube has a maximum number of subscriptions allowed, so sometimes it's hard to keep everyone on the list. Yes, but it's an enormous number. I think I've had, at one point, had like 250 channels on my list that I subscribe to. And the reality is I can't possibly watch that many videos in a week. So although I am subscribed to a lot of channels, I tend to share the love around. And there's a couple of channels I watch on a very regular basis. And the others I just watch in cycle, which I guess is probably what most people do. So Andrew has just said, my 8-year-old, yesterday my 8-year-old said, it's never sunny in England and that's terrible. We do have sunshine, but not quite as much as we might do. Susan's here from Hungary. Well, it's 12 degrees and the frost is coming. I love your bravery of starting over. Yeah, do you know what? I don't know whether it's brave to be starting over, foolish. It just felt like a natural progression. So I don't know. Maybe it was mad. I think people who've been here have kind of gone, it's a lot of space. And yes, it is a lot of space. But I'm so excited to see how it develops over the next few years. Missouri Girl says, how do you call out to someone and make their name light up so they see it? You do the @ sign and then start typing the first couple of letters of their name, of their channel name. And then you will get a drop-down menu with the options and you just click on that one. And that will allow whoever it is you're trying to chat to see the conversation, because it will come up as highlighted for them, but only for them. So people are saying that they find baking is unique between ovens and locations. Definitely different ovens. Erica's here. Hello, Erica. How are you? I'm not going to ask you what the weather's like because you're close enough for me to pretty much know that you are having a soggy Sunday. It's just been raining non-stop. So lots of people saying hello to Erica. That's lovely. Thank you. What's the sunniest part of the UK? Generally, southeast is the sunniest and driest. No, it's the sunniest, actually. I think probably the driest is anything on the east coast. At Noah's House says, Liz, what are your winter low temperatures on average? So previously, they weren't very much below freezing. They were -3 to maybe -5 Celsius. Here in our new location, which is a bit further north and much higher above sea level? Well, we have yet to find out. I suspect that a minus 9 to 11 is not going to be unheard of, but we just see, and hopefully that will also change as we put in more plants and more trees and develop the microclimate here as well. So if you've got a question for me as opposed to anyone else, could you pop it into all capital letters? I know that usually means you're shouting, but do on this occasion, asking me a question, shout at me so that I can just so I can see the questions really easily. Andrea said, did your animals do well with the transition? Yes, the ducks were absolutely fine. They kind of went, they didn't care where they were as long as they had food and water and lots more water. So they were fine. Monty was quite unsettled for a few days, 3 or 4 days. And then once he realised that we were here and we weren't going anywhere else, and he settled into being in the house, that was fine. And once he'd got a cat flap so he could go in and out, as he was pleased. He does seem to be very, very happy here. And he almost seems to have a new lease of life. For a 14-year-old cat, he does quite a lot of racing up and down the yard. And up and down the fence, which is very lovely. So Dala's here, hiya. Bebop, hi from London on the subject of pumpkins and squash. I love Crown Prince for putting in stews. Can't speak in stews, but it's not as good roasted. What's your favourite pumpkin to grow for roasting? I have 2, butternut squash and blue Hubbard, and I'm actually at the point now where those are almost the only 2 squashes I would choose to grow. If I was going to grow 3 or 4, it would be a butternut, blue Hubbard, jumbo pink banana, and a spaghetti squash. Although Mr. J is really not keen on the spaghetti squash, so I'd probably only grow 1 plant if I was just growing for me. Only grow 1 plant because they produce so many fruits. Cornish Heavens here. Hiya. Look, I'm going to just say I'm really sorry if I haven't said hello to you yet. It's not a personal thing. It's the conversation goes quite quickly. I'm busy trying to look at the camera, and so I don't always get to see the conversation. And I also apologise that you get the reflection of my screen in my glasses. I have looked back at a couple of other videos and realised that actually mostly all you see is a reflection of the conversation going through. But if I don't wear my glasses, I have to do this, and that's not a good look. So I'll try a little bit. Hi to Laura in Manitoba in Canada. Let's see, I can just about read if I lean back a tiny little bit. Sal says, do you still have chickens? No, we don't. I stopped having chickens about 2 years ago because we just got to the point of having quite a lot of red mites in the chicken houses. And I honestly just got to the point of sitting at night scratching the entire time and feeling like I could feel them on my skin, and I probably could. And it's sort of every time I went into the chicken coop, I then would run into the house and have a shower, and I just didn't want to do that anymore. So we decided not to have chickens at a later date. And I do quite miss having chickens around. What I don't miss is red mite. So I constantly do this: shall we have chickens or shan't we? And then I think about the red mite and think, no, maybe not. I am quite keen though on having some turkeys, so I guess I'll probably end up with red mite here as well. Baroque Cowgirl Homestead, good morning from Texas. How are you? I'm having a look. So Dave is saying, here we go to -10 at night, -2 during the day. I mean, I can follow your planting plan times as I'm only learning. So Dave, where are you? The one thing we don't do is we don't get the very hot summers that lots of, in theory, we are in American hardiness zone 8, but we don't get the warmth in the summer that a zone 8 would get, and the hardiness bit is usually refers to how cold it gets in the winter rather than how hot it gets during the summer. Black's Tropical Homestead said, just find your channel, absolutely love you, thank you. New YouTube's here, loving the community. It is a fantastic community. So the homesteading and the gardening communities are just wonderful. Okay, so Ginger says, if I move house in December, January as a first-time buyer, what can I be doing in the garden early on? I was supposed to move in October, but it's not going well. Why are the cats? Do you feel rude? Sorry. No, it's not rude. It means that your questions actually stand out to me, because what I really want you to do is also talk to other people in this community watching. So 75 people watching now. You don't all need to be listening to me. I'm really happy if you're talking between yourselves and answering those questions. So one of the things I do each month is I put out a video showing you what you can sow in the garden, or in a greenhouse, or in a cold frame, depending on what time of year it is that month. So that will give you an idea for vegetable seeds. As we are still really quite newly here, I'm also going to be developing gardens over the next year. And one of those I've just cleared the area for, and I'm going to be creating a small garden. And I do mean a properly small garden. I'm going to measure it out, but I think it's going to be around 8 feet by 20 feet. Which, however you work that in a garden. So that would be my actual growing space, which will give you a chance to follow along and see what I'm doing. So I'll start that in the new year, and then we can do a whole year's worth of growing through on that. So at Noah's House says, how has Mr. J been getting on with the new cordless lawn and garden equipment? He has just appeared, so he can answer that question. Shall I stay here? And
you can stay there and I can shove it.
Okay.
How am I getting on with it? Hello there. How am I getting on with the new cordless garden equipment? Pretty well, actually. It's all pretty good stuff. There will be more bits added to the arsenal at some point when the funds permit. Still mainly using the strimmer, bushwhacker, weed whacker thing. Not done so much with the hedge trimmer. Done a little bit with that, and I found a little bit more tricky to start with, because it's not something I was terribly used to using in the first place anyway. But the balance is very different to what it is on the brush cutter.
Done a good job on the hedge out the front, though.
But as Liz says, done a pretty good job on the hedge out the front. So yeah, going pretty well. And as I think I've mentioned before, I will do a proper review video, this is what I really think of it video at some point. I would guess in the spring, because I don't think I'm going to be doing too much in the soggy season, if I can get away with it. I probably can't get away with it, can I? So yeah, that's the plan. Now, No, I'm just moving the text because I'm missing things here. And Guten Yardning said I misread that as they made delicious bread. Morning to the allotment, cheerio. Disappear. Plastic stop mites, says James Bustard. Plastic.
This is red mites.
Yeah, plastic.
I'm not convinced it
does either.
I think it's just easier to wash off.
Yeah, I think the other thing is, though, of course, you can't really have an entirely plastic chicken house because I don't think it's good for them.
They do make them, but not.
Okay, are you all getting questions, Liz?
Oh, right, I'm coming back. I'm back.
Is it best to harvest sweet potatoes after the first frost?
Okay. Anybody else grow sweet potatoes? Because we don't grow them here yet. Let's see if we can. Can we jiggle that around?
I don't know. Oh,
there we go. Look, now I can see both of them. who grows sweet potatoes?
Okay.
Please, can you answer Jean's question there?
Is it beneficial to mulch garlic with a layer of straw or hay for over the winter in northeast England?
I don't think you need to do that. Garlic is cold tolerant, unless we have one of those horrific winters where we get, 3 weeks of minus
Minus
15
lots, which
or
in
something.
northeast England is more likely
Well,
than what we have been used to up to now.
Yes, but I think winters are getting better rather than icier.
Okay.
Personally, so no, they should be absolutely fine.
You need to scroll there because you've got an arrow pointing downwards,
I
which
know,
means
but
there's more stuff.
I know, but
But that's where I came in.
oh, is it?
How do I like the new garden equipment?
Yes. Okay.
Haha.
So Owen's here. Hi, Owen.
Thank you, Chrissy. Yes, it was a present.
So Dave's saying, have we decided what to do with Barnstable yet?
Have we decided what to do with Barnstable? Leave it in Devon, where it belongs.
So no, we haven't yet, but we have started moving along a bit in there.
Yeah.
We might go this afternoon
And do some more bits of work in there so that we can use it a bit more in the winter.
there is an awful lot of water coming in through the roof, increasingly.
That's because we've got an increasing amount of water coming down from the sky.
Yeah, no, but I think more of the clear plastic is
Possibly, and
breaking.
also as we've had the leaks that were coming into the house, hopefully taken care of. I think the water's gone. Well, I can't come in there. I'm going to go in somewhere else.
Yes, absolutely. So so we have had quite a lot of water coming in through the roof into the walls of the house, which yes, touch wood, knock on wood, all of those phrases will hopefully that will make it dry.
The biggest potting shed in the
I
UK. Liz is actually using it for potting at the moment.
She is, yeah.
not right at the moment, obviously, because she's sitting here. But
So B-Rock says, did you say your garden was... So I'm going to create a garden that's 8 feet by 20 feet. That sort of size. At the front here. And do it as a small garden.
Oh, okay.
So that I can realistically show what you can do in
a small garden.
a small garden. Yeah.
I hadn't heard that before. Will we be making a pond, digging one out for the ducks? Yes, at some point, but probably not for a little while. We'll have to hire.
To be honest, the ducks are doing it for themselves at the moment. the ducks are dibbling away, making great craters out there. We could just ask them to join the craters up, and they would have a bit of a pond.
Yeah, and we'd just have to get some
so
yes, for it.
If we dig out a pond ourselves by hand, we can just have the pond. If we get machinery in to dig the pond, we're going to have to apply for planning permission.
All right. Even though it's farmland. Okay.
As far as I know, as far as I understand, that's what the rules are. That shouldn't be a problem, though.
No, it shouldn't be.
I don't know whether it's planning permission. We have to apply for permission, I think, if we're going to put in something that's large enough to need a digger. I've just noticed. Sorry, look at the cobwebs up there.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at housework. There's much better things to do with my life than do housework. So Tony's saying he harvested his before the first frost when I grew them, but I'm given to believe they taste sweeter if you harvest after.
Well, they're part of the parsnip family, aren't they?
Are they?
No. Come on, I sit here and sound like I know what I'm talking about when it's to do with plants. Don't ask me. Goodness me.
So Caroline's saying, I haven't heard of jumbo pink banana. So it's a type of squash. It's a long pinky yellow squash. It tastes lovely. So I think questions for us are going to be in capitals.
Yes, I know. But I'm also looking at the glancing at the comments that are being made.
Hello, Peter. And Darla, and somebody else I saw coming that I haven't said hello to, but I can't remember who that was. Oh, Rose has arrived. Hiya, Rose. And we're going all quiet now when we read about sweet potatoes. So I am going to grow sweet potatoes next year.
Okay.
Yeah, because I like them. You're not.
I got really bored with them.
Mind you, you got bored with squashes as well.
Yes,
didn't you?
This is true. We didn't get very many. We didn't have very many butter than that squash that year. It was all something else.
It was all other squashes, wasn't it? Yes. Richard's here. Hi, I'm in Ireland and I have turmeric and ginger in my greenhouse. Anyone know when to harvest? For turmeric and ginger videos, have a look at a channel called My Garden because there's some really good videos there. And they're in the UK.
Do we have a root cold storage area at the new homestead?
No, not yet. Up until last week, everything in the house was cold storage. But we have got an area that I'm using to put all the cans and things.
Yeah.
But that's not cold. That wouldn't stay cold in the summer. So we might want to think about creating something for root storage. It's usually something. It's usually dug down or set into the ground. The ground keeps it cold.
But then, if you get a ground source heat pump,
which is lower down.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's lower down than that. So,
I like the idea of marketing ground horse seat pumps. Then.
Yeah. When is your next video about your garden? So Tuesdays, I try and put out a new video on a Tuesday, Tuesday afternoon here. Which is going to be Tuesday morning in the US, and Wednesday, or small hours in Australia. So it'll be there when you wake up in Australia.
Ish.
On Wednesday. Heirloom permaculture and preparedness are here. Hiya.
Sal wants to know what she can plant now in
Devon. So Sal, I have posted today on my community page on YouTube, if not just search online, what to sow in November. I've got a list of 17 things that you can be sowing in November. I'll talk you through them, talk you through my favourites, how I do those things, what I do to those particular plants. So I'm just going to say, I'm just going to do a reminder. I did this earlier on, but lots of new people have joined us. So just to say, at 3 o'clock, I invite you, I actively encourage you to head over to Lorella's channel. That's Lorella Plan B Orchard and Farm. When Lorella came to stay with us 3 weeks ago, for a week, so she left a fortnight ago. Yeah. I did that right?
Yes, I think so.
Ago, yes.
Time is just...
It's all over the place, isn't it? But I invited Lorella to film a part of our homestead that I haven't shown anywhere on social media. So there is an exclusive over on Lorella's channel. She's holding a premiere so that we can actually chat. It's not a hugely long video, so we'll only be chatting for a short while. But when we finish this live chat, let's go straight over to Lorella's channel and watch that.
And she's put the link.
And she's just put up the link for that. I'm really excited. I have seen the video. I think she's done an amazing job in creating that video and showing the feel of that area.
What's your favourite lettuce for cold weather? It's got to be iceberg, hasn't it?
Ha ha, boom, boom. No, so it's winter density or winter imperial. Those are my two favourites, without a doubt. And
I don't mind as long as I can smother it in something, so I can't taste
it. Yes. So yeah, those two, and they will carry on growing. I've tried growing
something that's good with a burger.
Yeah, I've tried growing them a couple of years ago. I did some in the polytunnel and some outside, and they did grow outside, but not as well as with a little bit of cover. So it wouldn't need to be a polytunnel or greenhouse. You could just do it in a cold frame, or even just like an individual cloche over them. It was just a little bit to take out. I think probably it was taking out the worst of the wet and the worst of the wind chill.
Right.
Would be my guess.
Hello, Stephanie H. Thank you for the comment.
Okay, what does Stephanie say?
Stephanie says, hello from Georgia, and I love seeing your videos.
Oh, nice.
How much of that huge manure pile have you guys used? Actually, It's not just one huge manure pile. There are several. We've actually
Keep finding them. Don't we?
our hero Dave unearthed another one just
Yeah.
recently, didn't he?
So
Or possibly
Dave,
another
Dave
two.
the hero is somebody who's working with us about once a fortnight or so to do some clearance and tidying and things like that to free us up to have time to actually do planting and planning and all the other stuff that we do. And he's uncovered, I think, 2. Now you uncovered one.
I uncovered one. We know there's another one in another area, and then at least he's uncovered at least 2, I think, possibly 3. Actually.
So, but they're not as big as that huge pile. So, how much of that pile have we used? About 20, maybe 30 wheelbarrow loads so far.
Which is about what, 0.5%?
Hardly made a dent in it. But I did use it to grow some squash in this year, and I'm going to use it to grow squash in next year. And one of the things I have discovered is that it is manure, and it hasn't got very much bedding mixed in it, so it's not breaking down into that really lovely black compost that I'd want it to. So I am going to have to do something about mixing some carbon materials into it.
Well, so the stuff that we've been digging out of Barnstable, that is actually quite good.
Yes,
but that's something a bit older. I know there are other barns that we're going to be getting more out of in the fullness of time.
Yes. So yes, there are a selection of. I don't want to say they're dilapidated, but they need some TLC.
They're not as lapidated as we thought they were.
Yes, and certainly not together. They're more leaky, aren't they?
Yes.
They are.
Mind you, to be absolutely fair, last week, that deluge, everything would have leaked.
Yes. Oh, yes.
No, I did.
So, Ginger's just asked a really good question. Does anyone have any favourite apple varieties to recommend? There's so many to choose from. I want a nice crisp dessert apple that will store well and without becoming grainy. So, good. I'm glad people are starting to answer that. So if you're hiring a small digger for the pond, you could turn the manure. Absolutely. Okay, so my plan before we actually moved here and other things happened, the plan was to buy a compact tractor with a scoopy thing on the front.
With all the bits, basically. With all the toys.
Yeah, with a thing like that would move stuff and a thing that did that.
Forklift attachment.
Yeah, all of those. So that was the
trailer on the
plan.
back to take the grandchildren on and everything.
Yes, all of those things.
And she was going to get it for 7 shillings and 6pence. And when I said that wasn't an appropriate price, I thought being a little bit optimistic. She said, right, maybe 19 and 11.
So yes, I think I was a little unrealistic about how much that might cost. And I also wasn't aware that there would be so few second-hand ones available because
the market has really...
Because the market has gone mad. So it's almost as cheap to get a new one.
There's actually an article in one of the Sundays today that I saw online that was saying that your second-hand Ford Focus is probably would sell for more than a new one would.
Wow.
Because the second-hand market of cars has just gone so...
Yeah. So, and then when we moved here, we suddenly realized we had to do a whole lot of stuff in the house, repairs that we weren't expecting to do. So my budget for a compact tractor, even actually quite a healthy budget for a compact tractor, has gone into new heating systems and fixing the roof and fixing some damp issues and. So it's all gone into the house. So at the moment, there is no budget for a compact tractor. So I may well, for some time yet, be running his homestead with a wheelbarrow. I will breathe deeply.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll get there in the end, love. We'll get there in the end.
There we are. My brother sold his for 1,200 more than he bought it for 3 years ago. Yeah, I think that is the state of
the state of the market at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, if you're in the selling business, but not so fortunately if you're in the buying business.
So, if anybody in Wales has a compact tractor that they want to sell
or donate,
they want to sell for very silly money, an awful lot less than they would get if they actually advertised it on the open market, please do get in touch.
Or if you work for a company that sells them new, come and talk to us about some sponsorship.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm being
She'll do
mindful.
videos for you.
I'm mindful of the time.
Yes.
So we've got, what have we got?
About 9 to 10 minutes.
10, or maybe even a little bit more than that. So Mr. J has set an alarm on his phone so that we can remember to close up this chat in time to go and watch Lorella's premiere, where she is going to exclusively
Reveal.
That's a good word. She's going to reveal this area on it is worth watching, by the way. It's not she's not just revealing another manure pile, because that would be boring.
Yes. Well, might not be. Some people get very excited about manure piles. You did.
Well, yes, I did. It was the highlight of viewing that. No, it wasn't.
And at least we're not dumping it in the sea.
Yes. Oh, controversial comments. We'll have none of those on here. So if you're not familiar with what Mr. J is referring to, there has been quite a lot in the news today about a parliamentary vote on the dumping, or it's not in the dumping, it's the not stopping the dumping of raw sewage into our rivers and seas.
Well, I think it's mainly into the sea off the south coast.
But anyway, whatever it is, it's one of those interesting. But let's stay off. Let's stay off politics.
I wasn't making a political comment.
I know, but you know what I'm like. I'll get up on my high horse. So, Loretta spent a whole week here of me ranting politics at her. So yeah, that was interesting. So I've got sidetracked now. What was I saying?
I don't know what you were saying about.
Oh dear, I can't remember what we were saying before that. Was it
Ginger would love to move into a house that came with a manure pile.
Yeah. Yes, it was exciting. So the two things that excited me most about the new Byther Farm was the long barn stable, and that poo pile. But as a gardener, that's a really important thing, and particularly when you're starting from scratch. We're back to
square one.
Back to square
one.
Back
in square one. We explained that one the other way.
We're back to the beginning, creating a garden from the field again, and it's coming along. There will be another food forest update in a couple of weeks. There are other bits and pieces going on before then. It was quite interesting when I did the video last week. So last week's video was about things that we've grown since we've been here. Do you want to answer that? Can you answer that question?
No, at Noah's house. Yes, it does, but we're not going to because coal ashes you can't put in the compost, and wood ashes you can.
Do you know how proud I am that you know that? He's learning. Yay!
Patronising much?
No, it wasn't patronising. It was properly exciting. It's really nice that bit by bit you're getting your head around what can and can't go in compost piles or into the garden and things. That's good. It's good. I've had to learn loads of it as well. Well, that thing about the coal ashes I only knew recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I knew that from when I was growing up, we had a coal and anthracite boiler. And the old Anderson shelter outside the house was used as a coal bunker. I remember taking in coal because anthracite's very light, so it's even as a small person I could take some in and stick it in the coal. But my dad would take the ashes out, but he would never put them in the garden. They always went in the bin.
Well, so what I did know about them is that you could make pathways into them.
Yes, that's true.
Did you know that coal ashes, the clinkers, the chunky bits, you can put them down on a path and they will meld together over time, or something.
I think we did use some for sort of fixing potholes in the. Well,
my concern with that would be that all the impurities would then leach out into the ground surrounding.
Well, we don't have the concretey path now, do we?
No, we don't have concrete path. So
pure mud.
So, Rose, when you moved, which was sort of about a year ago now, wasn't it? The place that you bought, does that have any manure with it? Or did it have any? It will have now, but did it have when you moved in? So Ginger's saying, for Americans on here, from anybody from anywhere who isn't here actually, Anderson shelters were shelters that people built in their back gardens in case of air raids during the Second World War.
Yeah, there were 2 or 3 different shelters. The Anderson shelter, I think, was the most common one. And it was, I think it was named after some government minister who
Mr.
suggested
Anderson.
it, presumably Mr. Anderson, like the Belisha beacon was named after Paul Belisha.
Do you know what?
What's
Okay,
that?
I'm going completely sidetrack here. I didn't know they were called Belisha beacons with a B.
All right.
Until I was well into my adulthood. I thought they were Venetian.
Oh, Venetian beacon.
From Venice. No, honestly, I thought they were Venetian beacons.
Okay.
Do you know what a plonker I felt when I discovered I'd been busy talking about Venetian beacons?
Oh.
So
Rose spent a couple of hours shoveling rabbit and chicken manure piles last week. Just for fun? Oh, fun time, sorry.
Yeah, just for fun before we work as well. So, what else have we got going on? Have we got anything else going on? Not really. It's been a gentle week. Well, we've done a lot of clearing outside.
Excuse me. You say it's been a gentle week, and it's been a week. It's been work and all the rest of it.
Yeah,
and lots of sogginess.
Oh yeah, it's been a cold, wet week. So Sammy says, hate to run, but morning chores are calling.
Rabbit and chicken manure combo is excellent.
Well, they're fairly, one is fairly mild, isn't it, as opposed to rabbit poop you can put straight onto your garden.
Well, yeah, we're proving that by the rabbit poop. Rabbits doing it themselves, right?
Whereas chicken poo, it's got to sit and
circle.
Sit and manure and mature
manure.
Yeah.
Nancy's been celebrating her daughter's wood chip pile.
Yay!
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, we had wood chips just appeared, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was like suddenly, where have all those wood chips come from? So when Lorella was here, I was going to show her a tree, and it was like, I can't show you the tree because of all the wood chips in the way. And while we had gone out for a visit to a garden, the tree surgeon had arrived with some oak wood chips, which was very
Tony wants to know how the rabbit proofing has gone. So far, it seems to be doing the job as far as we can tell.
Yeah, no, I can't see that any sign of them getting in at all. I am doing quite a lot of walking around, checking for any little spaces they might be able to get through. So it seems to be doing the job enough that I'm going to do a similar thing in the next field, so that I can get planted in the next field. So Polar Bear says, how deep should compost be on top of a new no dig area? So you're going to put down your cardboard, and then you can put down 2 to 4 inches. So that's 5 to 10 centimeters of, have I done that right? Yes, 5 to 10 centimeters of compost. You can do it deeper, and that's not going to be a problem. Less than 2. Very nice birds chirping. Switch the alarm off then. Less than 2 inches, so less than 5 centimeters. You want to find that the weeds come up through too quickly, and also you're just not going to have enough depth to plant your plants into it. So,
okay. Lorella has asked, shall we give a hint about the video we have yet to film about our grand adventure? I think wasn't that Wallace and Gromit?
I don't know. What I do want to say is it's now 5:02. Lorella, please can you put up the link to your video premiere so that everybody will know where it is. I'm going to get her to keep on putting this link up over the next few minutes, because we are going to finish
in about 90 seconds.
Well, we're going to finish at exactly 5:59.
2:59.
Oh yeah. Okay, exactly 1 minute to 3. so that everyone has time to click on that link and to go over to watch this video. I will be there. Don't laugh at me saying, has it been a long day? No, it was a short night, I think. Actually, it wasn't. I had a great night's sleep last night, but the rest of the week it's been very short nights.
She's right. Loretta's tip: open in a new window so you can just hop over.
Yes. Well, there you go. That's even better.
Open up or a new tab.
Yeah. Oh, shall we do that as well?
I thought we already had.
No,
Okay.
I haven't.
Right click, open in new tab.
Open a new tab. There we go. Oh no, look, now it's us.
Oh, that's right.
Oh no, I don't want that.
Install chat.
Yes.
Pop out.
You've got the hang of this now, haven't you?
Huh?
Huh?
What? Don't know what you're talking
So
about.
yeah, we have now opened Loretta's video in a new tab. We'll be over there chatting when that video is happening. Almost point we'll chat probably towards the end of it happening. So it's a preview. It's showing you a new area of the farm that we haven't.
We haven't exposed to the public gaze yet. Oh, the river is frozen.
Oh yeah, maybe. That's okay. If we've frozen, it's not a problem. Maybe they're only frozen for us because maybe only we are
We'll
frozen.
find out.
So, there we go.
Okay. If we've just frozen, then I apologise.
Well, yes, if we have, hopefully you can still hear us. Oh, we haven't frozen.
Oh,
It's
right,
only on
okay.
our end, so there we go. So we are now. We're just hanging on in there to explain to you one more time that at the end of this live chat, in another
Minute and a bit.
minute or so, we're all going to go over. We invite you to come over to Loretta's channel to watch a premiere where she has got an exclusive first look at an area on our homestead.
Sorry, I just had to check something. I thought for a moment it was warmer in Stockholm than it is here, but it isn't.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. So, Loretta, can you pop up the link? Oh, she has.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. She did great. So I'll just pop up the link. Just like that.
And that will be happening in about 70 seconds time.
Can I also invite you to subscribe to Loretta's channel while you're over there and have a look back through some of her videos. She's already put up one from here, but she has hundreds of other videos that are really fabulous. So do encourage you to subscribe and then watch some more. Okay, we are there as we are at
Yeah.
so now is the time to head over to Loretta's channel. Loretta, could you one more time put up that link to the video? That's where we will be heading over to next, and we'll be there chatting there. Thank you for joining us. Do join us over now on Loretta's channel.
Bye-bye.